Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be constructing my personal review of Venture Towns. Venture Towns is Kairosofts' premier modern town management simulation, equipping you with your construction hat on to build your very own metropolis from scratch. Is this game one of Kairosofts or even any developer's finest city management simulation game? Let's build up my review of the title. Venture Towns initially released in November 2011 on iOS as the 7th international Kairosoft release. Similar to Edo Towns, this game was delayed to come to the Android platform in the exact same amount of positions, 9 ports later, arriving almost a year later in September 2012. Edo Towns and Venture Towns have a lot of parallels with each other in the order that they were ported over and just their gameplay in general. Team that Kairosoft wanted to port a variety of their other game titles to Android before bringing over their most traditional simulation genre games. Let's start assembling the foundations of the city and get this show on the road. This title offers a large variety of maps to play through, which I always love to see. I've played this title already a couple of times, so let's go for a more unique pick and start in the jungle. I'm not too sure how raising an entire metro modern city in the jungle will go, but we're just gonna have to swing right in and we might even be able to get Chimpanzee to move in. Time to name the city. I think I'll go for Metro Bowerton. Look at that, our first resident. I'll just pick a nice preset here. I always appreciate that Kairosoft lets you pick a variety of characters for your very own avatar. I really like that. And say hello to Bao Shmo, our very first resident. He's just a young man with a big dream to demolish lush rainforests all across the world and transform them into more McDonald's. We start off the journey with just Bao Shmo, a couple other residents, and a small selection of stores. Yes, an aquarium, the most essential of all stores to invest in when trying to develop an entire civilization community. First of all, we are stripping away the land and now we're enclosing all of the endangered species. Oh well, at least we won't have to travel far to get the animals and the water for the pools. That's economical. The gameplay in this title at first glance looks very similar to Edo Towns. You'll notice a very similar land layout, same 3 clouds in the sky, and also the birds? The birds return, amazing. These birds are now officially a canon event in the Kairosoft verse. With Venture Towns being developed directly after Edo Towns, it offers a lot more features and gameplay. It almost acts as an improved version of the title. At Kairosoft, please hear us out. We still do want Edo Towns too. Wow, okay, that's a lot of comments supporting Edo Towns. Hope I didn't just enrage a whole community, bringing out the pitchforks because I gave it a 5 out of 10. It's nothing personal, Edo Towns, you just need a modern remake, but Edo Towns walked so Venture Towns could run. Something that you'll have to develop early on is a corporate office building. These buildings act as a means for your resident to discover newer jobs and further boost the economy. In this game, residents are actually limited in how far they can travel at the start, so it is important to have the residents be able to access a nearby office until you can upgrade their movement. At the start of my playthrough, I completely disregarded this due to the rugged landscape of the jungle, so there was an entire neighborhood of residents that were just unable to leave their house or ever make any money or even buy food, just being holed alone in their houses. Depression Valley. Similar to previous titles, the residents will of course interact and mingle with each other throughout the game as well. I like that they exclusively meet in the parks to do this. The parks are the most important for business meetings. Hold up, is someone flying in just to have an exclusive park meeting with Bao Shmo? Let's see what classified matters that they have to discuss. Hello. This is an exhilarating conversation, and what a super green way to travel. Forget electric scooters and electric cars. Everyone get an electric helicopter. You get an electric helicopter. You get an electric helicopter. Even better yet, I saw the resident Jan Torvald sneak out on a private helicopter during her lunch break just to get a slice of cake. Now, that's a sweet ride. As you progress through the game, your residents will work hard to build up savings from their jobs and continue to upgrade their houses and keep supporting local businesses. You will unlock a huge amount of buildings to place and lay out. The customization in this game is something else, even for Kairosoft standards. You can even rotate buildings when selecting them to give you absolute complete control over making the city as personalized as you want. This game also fixes my biggest complaint with Edo Towns, in that it is a lot more difficult. You won't be able to get away with just building as many stores and houses as you want without considering their location and nearby staff. You'll be stuck in Depression Valley if you do that. Having to consider where to lay out your buildings is a very nice use of the map to create small communities within the town itself. You can really make the city your own by having themed neighborhoods and shopping alleys, which is really fun to play through. Speaking of funds, I've been struggling ever since I made Depression Valley. Cut off from the rest of society, I sure hope that there might be a random event soon to help. A gold coin worth $50,000 has been found in the woods. That timing could not be any better. I didn't know Bao Schmo was secretly Indiana Jones hunting down the Crystal Skull in his own time. This title also reintroduces the seedy pumpkin dealer. It's been too long. Welcome back, my friend. Good to see that pumpkin on your head is still firm and ripe as always. He acts a bit different in this game though. He's actually the customer of your own hard-earned research points, and acts as a great means to gain money if running low on funds. And this guy, he's a bit cheeky as we know. He also low-key flexes on you every time you see him. Looks like managing all those shops in previous titles has made him quite the pumpkin professional. After that brutal start, the Metro Bowerton is finally back on its feet. There are at least 5 helicopters in the sky at any time. This can't be good for the birds. Once the game picks up the pace, it is a super enjoyable title. You'll have a blast discovering all of the buildings and seeing their effects on the residents. It's even possible for the effects to get pets. Looks like Yan is going to be the first resident to get their very own pooch, and she's flying off her pet home in a helicopter. She might be onto something here. Uber Pets Helicopter. She's a pioneer in her field. As your population builds and you unlock new professions, you are able to reassign jobs to your residents by clicking on their profile. Some unlock jobs like being an actor and a chef pay higher income, so it's a good way to boost your overall town net worth. Let's update Yan's resume here by making her a fully fledged chef. She just has to pass the culinary test, and oh boy, she's got some more kitchen nightmares to watch before she can get there.
What are you? An idiot. Yeah.
The annual ranking competition of this game is to try to get one of your landmarks to win the National Land Pricing Competition. Each year, national ranking will be held to determine the value of land that your best performing landmark is on, which is impacted by nearby buildings, road, and scenery. As your citizens work through their jobs, they'll eventually also master their roles, providing you with extra research points. This game sets out a super fun collectathon task of trying to master every single job role. It's a great addition, and well, would you look at that? It looks like Bao Schmo has finally mastered his first job. He's a master dancer. I couldn't be more proud. Moving on to the Kairosoft quirks in this title, there are a host of traditional features that return. Combinations are back, and there is a large variety of combinations to collect in this game. One detail I do particularly enjoy is that the recipes can accept more than one building type in comparison to just having 3 set that's required for the combo each time. These combos are a blast to organize your town into specific sectors, gaining buffs by doing so, and checking off the combo list. They are also a requirement for your town ranking up. In this title, there is also the return of the legendary aura. I hope this feature never leaves us again. Bao Schmo is on an absolute shopping spree, dropping racks at an antenna? What is he even spending the money on? Is he upgrading the infrastructure to expand the 5G coverage of the Amazon forest so that Chimpanzee has the best reception possible to play Honkai Star Rail next to the river? Outside of these 2 returning Kairosoft quirks, the other main attraction, or at least that I found, was the sheer amount of residents that you can find and unlock. This game has a huge amount of characters to find, even on replays. My favorite resident is Wayne Bruce, who I aptly gave the waiter profession. Could you imagine this guy being your waiter? Would you like to start with the garlic bread, or perhaps some mulligatawny soup? It's a bit of a shame that the conversations in this game are a bit limited compared to Pocket Academy, but the sheer amount of movement options, animal and shops, and facilities that each resident can visit makes it super engaging to just relax and follow your favorite resident's movements in their everyday life. The music in this game, as always, is okay. Nothing particularly special about this one, and I did think it was a bit weaker than the Edo Towns OST. Fun fact, the first song that plays after the main menu can actually be the same as the one that's featured in Magazine Mogul and Pocket Academy. And just before we get into the final review of this game, there is actually a lot of removed content in this title that was uncovered in the files of the game, which is pretty interesting in my opinion. These were found by finding the names of objects in the game's files, and it included a missing bank building, launch platform, and even a golden house. The gold house sounds like it could be a really cool feature. I imagine that it would be the final level that the residents could upgrade their house to. There was also an unused combo, the shuttle combo, which I imagine would have included the scrapped launch platform, and there were even scrapped items, including travel coupons, stock, clothing set, vehicle coupon, and sale flyer. Hopefully one day in a later title we can see that there is a mysterious golden house. I think it sounds really cool. Well, would you look at that? 10 years in Metro Bowerton, and it's grown from a humble small village community into a bustling, expansive city. It was quite the journey to reach this point, so let's jump right into reviewing this ambitious title. Venture Towns. Venture Towns is an incredibly charming town simulation game packed with tons of content to manage, customize, and personalize the city of your dreams. This game offers so many unlockable stores to uncover, a vast amount of collectibles including finding every profession and combo list, and in general a surprisingly deep amount of content to keep you engaged on each playthrough. The characters are great, the art style is some of Kairosofts' finest, and the music is enjoyable. The game fixes the issues with the previous town management simulation by having more engaging gameplay, more goals to achieve, and overall more replayability. This title is a prime example of a Kairosoft game that you could get lost in for hours, just tracking one of the residents' daily movements and all the activities they go through. I rate this title 8 Venture Towns out of 10. Overall, Venture Towns is a fantastic game that is super engaging for multiple playthroughs, offering fresh new experiences on each replay. There are so many charming, unique residents to collect, a super elaborate job library to unlock, and fun combinations to utilize all of your unlocked buildings. I highly recommend checking out this game if you're new to Kairosoft or if you just like simulation games in general, especially city simulation games. This one is fantastic. If you are looking for a similar game to this one or just are new to the channel and looking for another recommendation, check out my review of Edo Towns. These two games complement each other really well. Thanks again for checking out my latest Kairosoft review. Without your loyal support, none of this would have been possible. A huge personal thank you to each and every single one of you guys that has subscribed to my channel, as we recently reached the 300 subscriber milestone. I can't wait to share more of my upcoming reviews of Kairosoft titles and other games alike. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.